Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to integrate Pusher for real-time messaging in Laravel Chat Widget. If you're looking to add live chat functionality to your Laravel project, you are in the right place. Let's dive in.
So let us start by running the project. This is the chat widget which I have created in my previous YouTube video. You can check that. I'll post the link in the description. So I'll be using Pusher in this case. It would be the continuation of the last video only, but instead of Ajax, I'll be using WebSocket to display the messages. And when you are building a large application, WebSockets are pretty fast and they work like how the real chat applications work. So there are few properties you have to import in env. You have to sign up to Pusher, the platform which I just showed you. There you will find some keys, cluster, and public and private key. This is my backend function which I have created in the previous video, and they are basically taking the text from the user and are giving the response from the chat GPT. So right now it is working like you are sending the data, fetching the data, and passing that to reply, and it is appending that into the front end. So now I'll be enabling broadcasting. If you're looking only for the broadcasting, then this video is perfect for you. If you're looking for creating the chat widget with broadcasting, that then also it is perfect for you. So I'll be installing this module. This is the default module, and they have mentioned, I mean, Laravel have mentioned in their official documentation also. You can check the broadcasting documentation into the Laravel official, and you have to install broadcasting by running PHP artisan install broadcasting. I'm not using reverb, so that's why I'm typing it as no. And when you will run that command, it will show you these configurations. Now, I have a broadcast driver, so for default, I'll be using broadcast driver. Either you can change it here or you can change on your env to broadcast connection. That depends upon you. Everything looks good. I have added these informations in .env. You can take this information from your pusher uh, dashboard. Once that is done, now I'll be creating one event so that whenever the request comes to our platform, an event is fired on the back end and which we will pick from the front end using the pusher. So for creating an event, I'll be running one command that is php artisan make event and the name of the event. And you have to note three main functions. One is the constructor, of course. The other is broadcast on, and the last one is broadcast as. So I'll be mentioning those functions too. Okay, let us add that event to my index function. So whenever the response from this functions comes, that event should be applied. So right now it is just a small function, but in your case it could be a function of hundreds of lines. In that case, you have to provide different events for different uh, purposes. But I'm just pairing for only one purpose, so it would be a smaller. You will not find much difference in Ajax and WebSocket. But when you're building the large applications, in that case, you will really find it very helpful to use WebSocket. So I'll be dispatching an event whenever this function is hit, and when we receive the messages from the chat OpenAI service. And to dispatch the event, you can type the syntax like this: event dispatch, and I'll be passing message into the constructor. So I'll be taking one public variable that is $message, and in the constructor I'll be assigning the value to this public variable. So $this message is equal to $message, and then, as I have mentioned earlier, I'll be using two functions, that is broadcast on and broadcast as. So broadcast as, if you will not define, it will consider the name of your class as broadcast as, but it is better to define broadcast as because that gives you a leverage that you can name your broadcaster the way you want. So I'm writing a chatbot message, and if you're working on a chat widget and there are multiple users and every user has to be on the different channel, in that case you can use private channel and the name of channel should be unique for every user. So you can append user ID or anything. But in my case, I'm just creating for the tutorial version. So I'll name it a global message, something like chatbot dot message. Uh, so whoever is listening to my this channel will get the notification whenever the event is fired on the backend. I have to change the callback from array to channel. Channel. And have to enable should broadcast on into uh, this class. So class chatbot message implement should broadcast and remove these extra packages. They are not required. Now this looks good to me. Now let us go to chatbot widget. Remove these then. I just need a call to the backend because I'll not be using these send functions and displaying the messages from the response which we get from the Ajax. So um, this is my React error, but it doesn't matter if I solve it or not because I'm not using React on the front end, so that's why. So I'll be running the queue here, PHP addition queue work. So this you have to run in the backend on the server when you're deploying your app, because if you have not run this, your events will not be fired. I mean, they would be fired, but they would not be triggered on the server. So now, as you can see, when I hit that message, those event got fired. You can see chatbot message is running and then done. So let us type again and see. Those event would be fired again. Yes, correct. So now, as you can see, the backend is working properly. It is firing the event with the messages. Now on the front end, we have to include pusher so that whenever any event is fired on any particular channel, that should be uh, subscribed to a particular channel on the front end too. Because if you have not integrated on the front end, how you'll be able to see the notifications? So I'll be including the JS script of pusher that you can find in the official documentation of pusher. I'll add the link of that as well in the description. And once that is done, in the last, I'll be defining pusher. So here, to define the pusher variable, you have to pass two variable values. One is the public key and the other is the cluster. So where pusher is equal to new pusher and pass key cluster. Okay. So in my case, this is the key. So I'll be replacing that with my key. And this is the cluster. I'm replacing that with my cluster. Now I have to define the channel. So as you know, but before that, let us check whether the WebSocket is connected or not. You can see it is connected. No error is coming. Everything look good. And now let us define the channel. So to define the channel, you have to create a variable named as channel, and it will take the value of the broadcaster which you have defined on your event, so that whenever that thing is broadcasted, it will show the messages on the on this particular channel. So this is my chatbot message, the channel, and now I have to bring this to a particular event. So the event name was this chatbot.message, and that is correct. And now let us pass the callback function in which I'll be getting the data. And let us console this, or let us console this first, okay? And let us see what will come on the front end whenever the event is read. So if I type hi, it is not working because I have to refresh, as the changes were on the JS and I'm not using React, so it didn't auto refresh. So hi, you can see the event got fired and the message came on the console. And now I have to pass that to my reply function, that is data.message. And that's it. Let us see on the front end how it is working on the live. And event got fired and the message started displaying.
I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.